everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. I'm gonna flip us over here. Welcome to the Monochrome stream for I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday. Today's Thursday. I was about to say Tuesday. It's Thursday, and thank you for being here.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. I'm gonna make all this go away. I guess I need to pull this up here. So yeah, today's Thursday. We are really excited. We've got some big news to talk about here in a moment. We'll wait just a little bit, give some more people time.
We'll wait till the end.
Oh yeah, that would be better.
Just wait till the end. That way everyone will be here.
Okay. So, yeah, so typically what we've been doing as of lately is creating some of our characters for our Monochrome Wasteland game in the sandbox. So, let's see, Tuesday we worked on a character named David, and I guess we got done with him.
Yeah.
Right? Other than doing some final coloring and whatnot, kind of value shading and that sort of thing, that's not him, which we've done since then. So I wanted to show you guys the final. He'll be going for approval tomorrow, but this is David, looking all buff and spiffy. One of the good guys, which are called hues in our monochrome world. So he's looking great. Today I don't know, how are we feeling? We've got this guy, this is Hector, who I've started, his top part, which you can see. But yeah, we can finish him. What are you feeling like?
Yeah, I'd say let's go ahead and finish him.
Let's finish him.
Unless you have some other option.
I do need the characters done. The only other thing I'd say is we could maybe mess with like some equipment. So it would be, instead of the whole avatar, like each piece here, it would be, specifically something that you put on, face or head or jackets, pants, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So we can look at my list.
Why don't we start on Hector, because he might not take that long, and then if we have a little bit of time left, then we can take a look at some equipment. Because you've got probably the most complicating part done, which is his face, the head, the man bun.
The man bun. I like this double, like you turn this way, he's full color, and then this way, he's black and white. So, okay, so yeah, well, let's continue on with him. I'm going to save as we go. So we're in Vox Edit, made by the Sandbox, creating our guy here. And we just started with the base template avatar here and have started on that. So it's very easy to select that. So why don't we jump into his chest here.
All right.
I'm not sure what's going on, what this jacket is. It's like got a huge...
Those are some really big lapels.
Huge lapels. Like it's almost past his shoulder. Kind of like shoulder pads, but it's not. I'm going to change this color.
Yeah, I have a poncho that's kind of similar to that. The one that I just recently got.
That's right.
And it's basically a huge square piece of fabric that goes over the shoulders, and it opens up like that.
Let's see. Just kind of giving us one more layer on top and then a row in the front, which I think that'll make us good there. And we'll try to sync to...
Not to jump the gun, but the side bag here, is that something that's going to be doable, or?
I mean, it totally is, especially where it is, because if you look at even the Magicka view, there's like this tiny little gap right here where we could have the bag and then the strap come up here, which I'm okay with.
You kind of have it more towards the front instead of the side, I suppose, too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But let's see how he's looking with this jacket. Cosmo is
Momo's crying.
talking. He wants to be on the light here. So let's okay, let's break this down. He's wearing an undershirt.
Right.
And then he's got the jacket, and then he has like a scarf over his neck. So this.
Where do these unaffiliated scroll rolls of papers come in?
I don't know. But it does work out in the game. This character is very much a planner for the betterment of the good guy community in this dystopian wasteland. So for him to have scrolls or maps and stuff of the area and that sort of thing, it would make sense. But I don't think we're gonna be able to visually pull that off.
Right.
I don't know. We can see.
And we definitely have to keep the shoulder bag.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So I'm gonna make his. Although we're not gonna see the sleeves, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But we'll do that. Okay. Let's figure out this jacket. It's very dark. So I'm going to copy this color. Should we
Yeah, I'll help Momo. Let's
All right.
see what I can do for him.
Get our little puppy here happy.
But not little.
Not little. He's an old man. So Sam, yes, good question. Let me show you what I've done here, and I'll show you why. It's pretty sweet. I think it was 2 Vox Edit updates ago. They released this functionality. So if you go to File, so we're back in Vox Edit here, where we started. If you go to File and then this bottom one is Sync with External Editor. This other program called Magica Voxel, which is kind of industry standard for just voxel art and that sort of thing. You can now sync back and forth from VoxEdit to Magica, which has its ups and downs. It's still being worked on, and the programs, how they talk to each other. But basically, if you remember, if I go back to Magica, what I did here was I made his chest piece here lighter, and I made these lighter, right? So when I'm done here, I make sure I save. I go back to VoxEdit, and I sync it the other direction now. So now I come back to sync from Magica. It'll take a second, and then boom, it'll do that. So the benefit of that mainly is for coloring. In VoxEdit here, each of these nodes, to change the color, I've got to click on it, right? So I click on the belly because I want it to match this one, right? So I click on, actually first I have to click on the chest and figure out what color I had, right? So that's right here, so B8. Once I have the color, then I click on the belly, and then I change this color to match. And save. And so I have to do that, rinse and repeat, for all the places, all these nodes that I want to be the same color. But if we go to Magica, so now that we've made an edit on this program, I'm going to sync it back the other direction. So now I'm going to sync to Magica. So now you can see that that's updated. So here's the benefit of doing it. Let's say, he's got his black jacket, so his sleeves won't be black, but let's say I need all the rest of these grayish blue pieces to be this color. What I can do is, without even being on a node, if I hold Option and click, I've selected that color. So that's already easier, but now what I can do is I can just click down into one and click. Click over here, up, and click. So see, it's so much faster. Because the palette here on the side down here works across the entire file. Additionally, let's say now that I have that color and it's where I want it, it's too light. So all I got to do is adjust this, and it does it for all of the places that color is active in the file. So that's a big time saver when it comes to coloring and the fine details and stuff for that. And it's free. Okay, I'm solo downloading it here in a bit. Nice. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not. But yeah, it's really great. The only thing I'll say to be careful of, Magic doesn't like 0.5, so anything that's not an exact. If you go here, like this is okay. Well, these are not exact, so it's like 0.8, right? Sometimes, and I don't know what causes it. Sometimes when you sync back and forth, the node will be off. It'll be like shifted. You might have to like reposition the pivot, that sort of thing. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yes, so that's what we've been using for all the heavy detailing for the colors and that sort of thing. I like to keep the rigging, and definitely the animation has to be done in Box Edit, at least for right now. So you just can't get happy, huh?
You know, it's hard to get happy when you're blind and deaf and
That's
really
true.
old. So
that is true. So Sam,
things require a little more compassion.
That is true. So Sam says, really cool though. I'm new to these programs, so I'm still learning all the quirks. Absolutely, absolutely. And that is part of the learning process. Is what works good, what doesn't, or what's still being figured out. So we're going to.
Should decide on a color for the shirt.
I think we're okay with this.
Yeah,
it's pretty close. And so what it did is, see, I added a layer on top and bottom, but syncing back and forth to Magic took it away from me. So here you can see if I wanted to add a block up here, I can't, because if you look over here, I've reached the max height of this node. Same thing with the front. If I try to add in here, I can't. So to do that, the green, I'm going to add 1. So up here, this is green. I'm just going to make it 12. So see there, now it added a top layer. And then the front, now I have space down here, but if I wanted to add something here, I couldn't. So I'm going to make the blue one 9, which means now I can't. Which is what we're going to do now. So we're going to turn our edges on. That first button just outlines it, which helps you be able to see the depth there. Let's do this scarf thingy.
Sure.
So it's a little darker, still kind of light gray, but darker than this.
Like the same color as his lapel.
Yeah, we're gonna tweak that. And then we're also gonna turn on our symmetry. So the red will divide it equally down the red plane. So it's dividing the red in half. So anything I do on this side, it's gonna do on the opposite side.
Sam asked, does it push all the other pieces like the head up or down automatically when you change the dimension?
For what we just did, it does not. So adding space here, just expanding or shrinking the node's workspace does not at all. So I could make this, 30, and you can see the head. It's kind of hard to see, but this shadowy part is, the head and the arms, they stay exactly where they are. So this does not affect that whatsoever. Now I forgot what I was at. What number were we at?
Sorry, I wasn't.
We'll just.
I don't think you called it out.
12. We're just gonna go back to
12. Okay.
So the crop, this button crop, once you're done, and that's kind of a checklist thing, but once you're done editing, if I wanted to make this again 30, and work. As soon as I was done and it was final, you want to make sure and crop so that it pulls everything in and gets rid of that extra space. No. Please ask questions. I should have remembered. That's what it was. But yes, these are great questions, and I'm really happy to help. So, but we're gonna add a node, and I'll show you how to adjust. He didn't have a weapon or anything, but
just his scrolls.
The bag. We'll show you the bag, unless we give him a backpack or something.
I bet there are rocks in that bag.
Okay, we can do rocks.
And he twirls them around and hits people.
That'd be a great idea.
I mean, that's what I would do.
What is it, Step Brothers? He says pillowcase full of bars of soap in it.
Yeah, I think that's actually a reference to maybe Full Metal Jacket, or I know that's something in the military. brother that was a Marine talked about if you had someone in the platoon that wasn't keeping up, the rest of the platoon would get punished. And so sometimes in the middle of the night, they would take their socks and fill them with bars of soap, and they would beat the crap out of them. So
dang,
another interesting
that
thing.
Doesn't sound like too much fun.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe Step Brothers was referencing that, but I think that's a
military thing.
Yeah.
Could be. So we're making our scarf. I'm gonna do it symmetrical for right now, but I think I do want to add a layer back here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So Sam, this way right here, this extra step we'll add is how you move everything, and it will shift that. So you saw we added the top layer, right, and this front layer. But it becomes a problem when, like, back here, if I wanted to add something back here, I don't have space to do that because the openness, like where these lines are pointing, is the direction it'll add it. And I don't have any of those pointing this direction back. So the way we have to do that is add another blue one because it's this, I guess, width-wise. So we're going to do 10. So that gives us our space here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our selector tool and then our box tool and just select everything. And then we're going to move it into that space, which gives us space back here. However, what we just did by moving this forward, it does shift it how it'll align with the head and the body. So to counter that, we now have to move all of this back using the pivot tool. So this will shift it back, and you see when I start dragging it how the shadowy parts of the rest of the body move with it. So we moved it forward 1, so we're going to move it till this number is 1 more. So we're going to go to 5. There. So we've added a row back here now, and everything is still aligned. So we still have our color. Yeah. No, what happened? So he's got this scarf. We'll probably make it not be as long in the back. Maybe just something like that.
Looks good.
Okay. And then we'll shade it and have all the creases in different colors. So adjust the head and the other parts with the pivot points.
So whenever you go back and shade, how many values or tints or shades do you use? Like how does that vary? Is there a certain number that you go by? Like it at least has to be 5 shades darker, or it needs to be 5 shades lighter?
Well, the number of values generally for me depends on how much space we have.
Okay.
So in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 high, and it kind of varies width-wise. So we can go ahead and do the values on this and show how many different values. So our base color is our first one. And then generally what I like to do is if you hit this plus sign, it'll duplicate the color that you have. And then over here, I mean, you can change the color anyway. You can click and drag. You can change this number, that number, this number. But typically I like to go darker first. So we're at 61, which is probably the easiest way to reference the change of the color, because this is 6 and this are 3 numbers and this is not accurate. So if I'm at 61 and we go down 2, right? So 59. I said 59. What happened? It's giving me 58. Okay, we'll go 58. So now turn off our symmetry. So I think we might go a little darker for that, maybe 56. Yeah. So if we start our creases, there's a big one like that, and then we've got maybe one like that. So this is our base color. This is the dark shadowy places. And then generally what I like to do is...
It's almost the same color as your shadow, just dropped off
the
of
real
the start.
shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So we add another color, which is duplicated the shadow, which is I guess what I should have done. So let's actually make that 55. They're a little bit darker. And then we're going to make this, we're going to go back up now to 54. And that's too dark, so we're going to go, oh, I'm going the wrong way. 58. Okay, so we've got our lightest, our darkest, and then a middle. And generally with fabric, I like to kind of follow it. And what that does is it eliminates the darkest having such a hard edge on the lightest.
Yeah, it's diffused.
Yeah, it definitely diffuses it. And then you leave the light as the high part. So we don't have a whole lot of space to do a bunch of fancy stuff, but that is generally how it is. But I'd say at least 3 different values is kind of the monochrome standard. Most things, you know, you can do a solid color and people will put like a little, like that's, you know, the texture of it. But we want this to be super, super detailed as much as we can.
Sam had a aha moment. He says, so you would just adjust the head and the other parts with the pivot points. Cool, cool.
Yeah, so that would change. Basically, when you adjust the pivot, that changes how everything is attached to each other here, right? This is the animation one.
It looks really good.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to point out, so Sam, is that when you're here on the animation pane, if you're like, you know what, that arm is, it's too high. And, oh gosh, what's happening? And you click on it and immediately you see the arrows and you're like, oh, well, I'll just lower it, right? Now it did do what you wanted it to do, but what it also did is it's changing the animation down here. Because as soon as I hit play for, what are we in, idle? Oh, it's not even in. We choose an animation down here like idle 1, and I click it and I move it down there. As soon as I hit play, it's gonna animate right back to where it was. Because anytime you move the arrows and stuff in this screen, it's really because you want to move it to animate it. Whenever you want to move it for it to stay, it's the pivots where we were. So that is something definitely have to remember. Okay, so we'll shade the rest here in a moment, but let's figure out where this jacket's going to be, because I think it's going to kind of, it's going under this, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay.
Are you going to do the lines in the lapel? It reminds me of the Swamp Things.
It does.
Gills.
Like it's gill things. I think so.
Or frills.
Let's see how much room. So I'd say let's put our outlines back on. Oops. Oh, I'm painting. We want to. Okay, so I think that might be too far in. What if we do this? And then
there you go.
I'm gonna just fill that. At this point, all of this is going to be the lapel.
Yeah, and it'll be lighter.
Yeah, I did do too dark because I was going to do the under part, but let's make this.
Okay.
Which kind of makes me want to add one more layer so that this pops out. Or
you paint it.
Yeah, or I just paint this jacket.
Paint the jacket.
Yeah, let's see what that does. Yeah, I like it when it sticks out. We think this is the jacket. This is the jacket. And we'll go ahead and just make that. Oh boy. Oh, I went across. You didn't stop me.
You know, everybody's on their own journey. I knew you were going to realize it.
Oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here having fun with this symmetry. All right, so that's the lapel. This part, oh, this is gonna be tricky because it's a big lapel. So let's pretend like the jacket is this color under here, which means this is that color. And there's no lapel in the back, so I don't even know why I went back here. That and that. And we're gonna double up these just for good measure. There we go. Let's see what that looks like, and then we can kind of craft the lapel a little bit. It's got a little tiny vest.
It's very Western right now.
Yeah, it is. So one thing that will help is, so the lapel goes from wide to small, and we might have to drastically do that.
That could literally be the whole
just like
face,
this, right?
Almost.
Well, what if we cut it a little higher than the photo, so we can see, because we want to see some of the coat, like right here.
Yeah.
What do you think? Cosmo, are you back? He's back.
I was just petting him, and he was being quiet.
You stopped.
But I stopped. He might want you to pet him.
I need 2 hands.
Right.
I'll pet you with my foot. Come here. Okay, how about like that?
That's good.
So now there's the lapel, and you see the jacket.
Right.
And his scarf is on top.
Oh yeah, I like those layers.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do a light shading of the lines, the horizontal lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll give the shirt some wrinkles where we can. Let's make... Actually, we're gonna add. Let's add.
Sam agrees. It looks great.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. We're gonna do a magic of voxel sync here. We're gonna give us a layer or a row on the front because we gotta make that jacket nice and fat. And thank you for the follow. I think I saw that pop up. We don't have fancy things that pop up or anything, but I think I saw that email. So thank you for following. Okay. So we added a row here. We're gonna sync to Magica real quick. Cosmo agrees.
Goodness.
And it should still keep it for now. Oh, he's he's not very happy. Okay, so we still have it there, you can see. So what we'll do in here, firstly, let's grab this color. We're gonna, I am that color, okay. We're gonna grab this color. We're gonna keep that lapel coming down. Actually, we're gonna end the lapel. I kind of want to end it before we switch to the belly node, but that might be. Let's see. Let's see.
I
what
would
it looks
end
like.
it before the belly node,
so?
definitely.
All right, let me jump up here and make
Mid.
this.
You know, because it kind of ends where his makeshift cummerbund gum
Gum bump. Wow, 3 times. All right, let's do
poop.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sync it back.
Cummerbund.
Cummerbund.
Is that?
Oh, I did it back. Wait,
Poop.
I didn't do it backwards. I did do it backwards. That one's backwards. Oh, we're gonna go to the T pose. So the T pose, everything's kind of lined straight, which isn't really fair to do it under because they're not gonna walk around like this, but it will help. What did I do? Oh, I just didn't do this one. All right, we're gonna sync it back. There we go. Yeah, I just didn't. So we're gonna end it there.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you could go higher.
I don't think it did it. What happened? Oh. Wow. I'm sure y'all can hear him.
If
Little
it
piggy.
sounds like there's a
Little
pig in
piggy.
here,
All right, let's see.
there's not.
There. So now his lapel stops, which gives us one layer that overlaps the belly node. Let's see a walk. So we're safe. But you don't like it. What? Do you like it?
I like it.
Oh, okay, you went, I thought you were gonna I thought you were gonna critique it.
I was looking at Cosmo.
Oh, great. Alright, so
didn't realize that was out loud.
That's okay. Well, let's finish the jack all the way around now that we've got the hard part done up there. So in Magicka, sometimes, I mean, it definitely helps to see everything, the rest of the nodes, but sometimes like this, it kind of gets hard to see. But if you do Command B, if you're on a Mac, I guess it's Control C or Control B on a PC, you can make everything go away or come back, which is really helpful when you have to get like down here. All right, and we're gonna do this, and we'll do 2 rows for good measure. Okay. So his jacket's done, his shirt is done. Now we need to get jacket sleeves, which we'll grab that dark color, we'll jump in here, and we will just paint that all the way down. Same thing with this one. Cosmo Buddy. Okay. Do this, and I could be using the paint bucket tool instead of having to drag, which still learning these hotkeys, but that's done. All right, should we see what his full jacket looks like?
Let's see.
All right, so here we go. Now we'll sync it. Boom. Oh, it's so pretty. Wait, what is that? What is that? I missed one. I missed something. I don't know what that is.
So on the drawing, we have one glove that's in the jacket and one glove that's out of the jacket.
Interesting detail that I did not notice before.
How are you going to approach this? Are you going to stay true? Or switch it up?
You know what? Let's do it. Let's keep it like that.
Yes.
There's probably a story there. That's such a decision that was made. Which, by the way, the concept art here is done by Cairo, which you see here, and Leko, who did the coloring. But they are our comic book artists.
Where are they at? They're in South America?
South America, I forget the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but they're both super talented, doing it quite a while, and we kind of partnered with them to do a comic book story spin-off in the world of Monochrome, spin-off from the movie, and then we're making the game here. So they've got all the concept characters that we've created for the game, which we do this way, and then we voxelize them, which is what you see here. So it's a lot of fun to see. Because some of the characters that are drawn here, we can show one. Actually, the David character we showed, that's a real live person who was an actor in the first film, who they drew as a comic character, and then we make him as a voxelized character. So it's crazy to see like photo.
You're not supposed to know that it's a character in the first film.
Yeah, I mean he's a real person. That's what you said. I didn't say that other thing that you just said just now.
You guys didn't hear anything.
You don't hear nothing.
This is why I'm here.
Well, then I need to stop talking.
No.
All right, we're gonna change. We're gonna get a glove color here. These are kind of medium.
But I mean, at the same time, that's what this whole entire thing is. It's about the Easter eggs. It's about the details and the intricacies of the story and how they all tie together. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Nah.
I think it's something. If you go into it and you
Sam
know
didn't
it.
hear anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. You are now an accomplice. But yeah, that's why I enjoy the story. I think that's just why I enjoy writing in general. You don't enjoy writing as much.
I do, but it's one of those things like I really have to be in the mood or really force myself to do it.
I love the storyline. I love the details, and I like how they mingle and wrap around each other.
So we're good like that.
Sam said that he stepped away for just a moment, and he asked, how did you guys find yourself in this project? I'm also trying to find this kind of work, and I'm just wondering how it came about. Do you pitch yourself to someone, or did they reach out? That's a really fun question.
Great question.
So we've known each other, I think it'll be a decade.
Say the D word.
Yeah. And in that time, that period of time, we've worked on a lot of things together. However, beforehand, he had a project called The Ark, and it was a movie script, and he'd written it. And that was a really bad experience. He got locked out of his own movie. And so I guess, we kind of meet up, and we get to know each other. And I had been working in editorial hair and makeup, a little bit in, I guess, reality TV. I grew up around producers, but he had mentioned an idea. He wanted to do this story, and this is what the story was. And you talked about this concept, and so it went from that to, okay, well then that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to create. And much like all of our projects together, it just starts with one simple idea, and sometimes it's not even that simple. Sometimes it's really complex, and we just have to get it done by any means necessary. But he came up with this idea, and I think you spent maybe a year researching locations, figuring out where we're going to shoot this trailer. At that point, it was a matter of, all right, who are we going to stuff in this wardrobe? And we had gone around and purchased wardrobe pieces, and that's kind of where I come in. I like to visualize things and put things together, and hair and makeup it was my big strong suit, and so is wardrobe. But we started piecing this stuff together, and then we go and we shoot this teaser film, and then we ended up getting a guy named DC Douglas. And if you know who DC Douglas is, he's got a very distinct voice, and it's like butter, very, very deep. Anyways, long story short, he's done like Resident Evil stuff. He's made lots of cameos. He's one of the main characters, I think, in Sharknado. Anyways, DC Douglas, he voiced the monologue for our monochrome project. And we took that, and starting out, we went to, we started going to Comic-Con because we knew that our niche would probably be in that realm. We knew that we would find our people that wanted to kind of be involved in a dystopian world. Is definitely going to be like those comic book readers, specifically like the Walking Dead fans and stuff. So it was very methodical in how we put it together and where we went to find our fan base and our crowd. But the very first Comic-Con that we went to was here locally. We didn't even have a booth. We had a spray painted wagon, and we had dressed ourselves up in some of the garb, wardrobe pieces I even had my nephew with me, and we walked around, and people would come up to the cart, and if they wanted some swag bags, we had, monochrome bags with posters in them and all different kinds of fun stuff. If they wanted one, they'd have to stand there and take a picture with us in our portable photo booth, and then we would put it on the internet and have the hashtag, and we started building our online presence that way. It kind of built and grew from that point forward, and then we started getting like fan art. Whenever we started getting the fan art, I grew up on comic books. Comics were very much my escape, and I told him, like, I want a comic book. I want this to have a comic book. And he agreed. We thought that we could definitely get away with making this trilogy movie, and then kind of taking the characters and doing crossovers and opening up a broader spectrum of a story and not really limit ourselves. And plus, it's just really great whenever you're thinking about marketing and how you're going to get profits. Whenever you have things like that, merchandising is where you're going to get all of your money from. So, we did this idea that, okay, if we do a comic book, who's going to be our comic book artist? And at that point, we're like, all right, we're just going to ask our fans to create this comic book for us. And they would kind of apply, I guess, and then we would assign one page to them, and they would draw it out, and they would do it in their own style. And then we would take each of their pages and put it together to make this teaser comic book. And that's kind of like the underlying theme of this story in general is, it's post-apocalyptic, it's badass, we're fighting, and we're moving towards a noble cause, but at the end of the day, it's like gray versus color, and that's something that's kind of relevant in today's society. So we kind of reflect that, and we bring all of these people together to tell one story from different perspectives, looking at different perspectives. And this has all taken the course of what, like 8 years? Yeah,
maybe 9 now. I'm not sure.
9 years. We've filmed. We did make our origin film. We had a premiere. You can now watch the origin film on Amazon. And really, it's taken us this long because we knew that we didn't want to be locked out. We didn't want to have another bad experience like he had before. So it's been very much a punk rock approach, like a grassroots type of effort. And that's just kind of been the journey. I mean, we just, we knew it was something that we wanted to do, and we didn't give up. And we did it by any means possible. How the video game stuff started, that's kind of something that you came across on your own. COVID hit, and we knew that we weren't going to be able to start another film, but we still wanted to stay engaged with our audience and still be able to tell a story. And then that's where this video game came into play. And how was that process for you?
So everything she said, kind of leading up to this point, it was, we like to tell stories, we like to be artists and create stuff. So having, and Sam, this is, she said all that as a great example. Like, if you're just starting out learning this stuff, like get as much of it done as you can. Like,
do it on your own.
Yeah, do it on your own.
Learn everything.
Get your own portfolio. and then what you do, you can. There are places which we can talk about that too, that you can go and meet these people to to do what you love to do, and make some money for it. If you said pitch yourself to someone, or they reach out. So in regarding the game, we had our movie, we had our comic, and our posters, and everything we've been building for the last 8 years.
There's a lot of pitches in there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of pitches and a lot of pitches that did not go so well.
Right.
But basically, I knew about the sandbox. I had always wanted a game, even before that, But for the Game Makers Fund, they have a it's not a scholarship. It's a what's the right word? Well, fund, I guess that's the right word for game ideas. So game makers and artists can pitch your game idea to them, and then if they like the idea and you talk about it, then they'll help you develop it and give you that support. And so that's kind of what we're doing. But when that happened for us, it was, hey, here's our world of Monochrome, here's everything we've done since the beginning, this is what we want to do with the game, and here's some other work that we had done. And I downloaded Vox Edit for the first time in the Game Maker, and I was like, I wonder what these characters would look like, all black and white or color, and then just trying to figure out how to build the game in the program, and started making little videos, and then put this presentation together and pitched it to them, and they really liked it. And then we started the official Game Maker since March of this year, so we've been doing it for a little while now. But definitely just get your hands dirty, get in there, start creating stuff, save the photo, move on. And there's we stream twice a week. We do Vox Edit, sometimes we'll do Game Maker side. There's a lot of other streamers in the sandbox have official streams, their streams that go into all the details and that stuff. And then the Discord definitely is, why'd I hit that button? The Discord is definitely a good place to learn. I'll have to find, there's like a repository for some tutorials and stuff that some of them are working on. So
I think Alex spoke to this yesterday, but he said, right now they've kind of slowed down on the Game Makers Fund.
Yeah, and the artists.
But they're still looking at people. And I'm a firm believer that it's because of how you presented the project, all of the work that you put into it. You had a large portfolio, and that's something that Alex mentioned yesterday on how do you get started, how do you get yourself out there. But your portfolio is a huge component, and that's basically what's going to make or break you. And he said that it doesn't necessarily matter your experience. What matters is that portfolio and seeing like those ideas, right, and how you digest things and put it back out there and manifest. So it's definitely possible.
Exactly. And even, not on a less official thing, not sandbox, I mean, it's still sandbox, but, sandbox is still an alpha, and they're, still getting things up and going, and the more land sales there are and IP partnerships that are announced and game jams they have, and people are going to start turning their eyes, they are, but more and more to sandbox and other metaverse type things. But there's channels on the Discord where it's companies or people, there might be people with great idea and they love telling stories, but they are not technical, they are not artists in a visual form, right? And they are looking for people to create assets. And then there's another channel for people looking for people to create the world, so the game side of it, and coding all that together. So if you have like Lozen said, a good portfolio. It's like, show me what you've done, and then boom, right? That, and then Twitter, and what have I done with this? It's definitely what I would do.
And then another like just punk rock way to do it, which is, I love that aspect of things, like standing out on the corner, handing out your mixtape and stuff, right. Just going out there, passing out flyers, yada yada. You can also purchase land in the metaverse, and you can, build your game yourself, on your terms, if that's something that you're comfortable doing. That doesn't hurt either, and it's definitely plausible that way. Then you don't have to really rely on permission so much. And if the game doesn't, until you get ready for that, you can also lease out your land too. So Cosmo has a lot to say too.
Sam says he's got a few things, or they have a few things they made, and reach out to some smaller projects and offer to make avatars for them. Just an example. Yeah, that does not hurt at all. Having anything, or just
making your own characters.
Yeah, just make it. Get some references, reference photos, and make it, and then post it. And then I did that for a little bit, and then I just got too busy with monochrome and then the other sandbox stuff. But all of them asked like, hey, I want, well, let me see what you've done. And then, just show them what you've got. You did your PFP as an avatar. Nice. Yeah. See, that's another thing. I know a lot of the game maker folks are pitching to the larger ones to build their land or to build their avatars and that sort of thing. Just need to be able to publish it to use in the social hub, but I don't think that's a thing yet. Yeah, so the only thing active right now is you can publish your game. Okay. You can so game side, land side, you can publish to the gallery, which anybody can play from the game maker gallery tab, but nobody can publish a game to the metaverse, the map part yet. As far as assets are concerned, I think now everybody's kind of whitelisted to like this guy, for instance. If I sync this real quick, I'll show you that process. If you're not familiar, I'm gonna fix that light there. Okay, so basically the file exports a marketplace thing. Now you choose a thumbnail, hit export, and then it'll open the sandbox like this. And then if I was making edits to him and I had already published him, I could replace him, but I don't in this case, so we'll do that. And this is Hector, and then I would fill in description and then what his behavior by default would be, which he's an ally fighter. Continue. You choose categories. Sometimes they don't really apply, but you got to choose something on this side. So maybe he's a little rural fantasy, yeah. And then continue. So now he is not published. He's in my inventory, right? If you go to market and search Hector, he will not pop up because he's not approved to be in the marketplace, and I don't want him to be, right? Not yet, anyway. So what that means now is I can open the game maker, go to my inventory, and I could drop him in the game, test it, and do all that sort of thing. But I can't sell him until he's minted and gemmed and all that. So you could do this much and then open the game maker, put them in, show that kind of thing. But the lands also, I know they're just now getting like some newer social hubs published, like Andy Ritchie's the Boop Boop Hub, and I think Touche's got one coming up. But I think very soon that other stuff's coming. So that's what I would say, to make your asset, and then the first thing you want to do to show it is you can press this camera button and it'll take a screenshot, a transparent PNG. It'll put it in the screenshot folder within the box edit folder. The render quality is not the greatest, but it's a good start. What I use is Light Tracer, which is also free. I didn't get that. Oh, no, Siri. It's basic's free, but then you can upgrade it, I think. But to do that, you export this guy as the GLTF. And what that does is you can drag that into Light Tracer, and all these animations here are there, and then you can rotate and move them around just how you want them, and then render it, and then it'll be really high quality, and then put that on, you know, an Instagram portfolio or a website if you can do that, and then they'd have something to go and, you know, kind of look at. So that's what I would say. Absolutely. Where are we at here? I'm not really going rogue, but I've just kind of been going. I don't know how I feel about this part.
What part?
He's got this like sash belt thing,
right?
And I don't want it to be too low on the legs, because our legs when he runs come up to at least right here. So I can't really put anything right here that's not that color. So I'm thinking about raising this up, but there is the last of our belly node. However, it looks like it goes up. That's the same thing, right? All of that?
Yeah, it goes
so
up a lot.
I mean, we could have it go up. Did I choose the right color? Oops.
It's under his jacket, though.
Well, I've got to come up here now. And then...
Hello, Jazz Wolf.
Hello, Jazz Wolf. Thanks for joining. How are you doing? Oh, you meant it is under his jacket.
Correct.
Yes, it needs to be under his jacket. That's my bad. Oh, that's why I'm confused. What's going on here? Well, that was weird. Okay, so that's his jacket. Yeah. Okay. I can see. I know what I'm doing. Well,
What doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what program I'm in or what buttons I'm hitting. I don't even know how this got right here. Okay. And we're back. There we go. Let's go. No worries. No worries at all. We
didn't miss anything too crazy.
Oh wow, it's already
right
5:03. Holy crap. I guess we better start wrapping this up.
We are good. I guess we're good because we get to announce something now.
Yes, thank you for asking.
We were good though before. We've been having good conversation.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Got Sam in the chat here. Just showing a couple things here in box edit. And Magica, which I'm still not happy with this color. It's getting too muddy down there.
Yeah. Definitely can't have it muddy there.
Okay, that's... You know what? Let's make his pants darker. And that'll make it pop a little bit more. Yeah, that works, yeah. His little rope thingies look like finish lines. Might have to tweak that. I was just putting it on there pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll look at it again.
All right, so...
You did go rogue.
Yeah, I guess I was getting...
This is a pretty normal thing for you.
No. All right, I think this is good like that. Okay. Do I want to leave that? I kind of...
Jazz says she has, they haven't seen a mask like that on a character in the sandbox before. Looks good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did that earlier today. Just kind of getting a head start. I wasn't sure what exactly we do today, but
I love the one blue eye.
Yeah.
He's really cute.
I like it. I had so we've done glass before.
What's going on with the eyebrow?
He's kind of doing a, what'd you say?
Like the people's eyebrow?
Yeah, kind of, except it's down. I don't know. I just want him to be a little more personality.
Okay, I was just making sure that it wasn't like a mistake.
To add personality, I just lowered one voxel. That's it. Is that a game personality?
So one okay, yeah, I get it now. Oh wow. Okay, I'm slow. I apologize.
What?
I was like, why is there only 2 up there and there's 3 on the other one? That's because it's dropped down.
Oh yeah.
I'm a doofus.
I mean, people see it different. Yeah.
No, I get it now. It's the people's brow.
Kind of. I meant to ask you, is this bun good? It's got a little...
That's a nice bun.
It is a nice bun.
Love single
buns. But he's getting pretty close. Oh, I just noticed his jacket has like this belt fastener. We can't do that.
That's all right. We can pretend.
His jacket goes a lot lower too, but we're gonna just stop it.
Really? You don't want to take it down the pant leg?
Actually, it might be easier than trying to stop everything right here because it's getting a little Z-fighty right here.
Yeah. Might help a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that. So it's 5:06 already.
Let's talk.
Let's talk about some exciting news we've got. So, so we stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, an hour from right now, wherever you are. This is normally when we end, but we're gonna announce some pretty sweet stuff we have.
If you're just now tuning in too, Cody did slip an Easter egg earlier, so I'll just go ahead and let you know. So if you feel like going back and rewatching, you can always do that to get in on this Easter egg.
So I'm gonna pull up the graphic that I can show for this. Yeah, I'll do that, and that's how we'll talk about this real quick. We'll have some exciting news, and you can see how organized or how unorganized all of my files are.
He's so organized.
Because I don't have 2 screens. It's just one really big screen that I can split stuff. But you get to see it all. Where is it?
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Podio.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. So Podio is like an organization thing. Like every aspect of our life is in Podio. Like I'm pretty sure even bathroom breaks are in Podio. Our diets are in Podio.
That's really big. Oh, now he's gonna talk. Cosmo's really excited for this. Okay, so we have a pretty sweet, it's only a contest, it's more of a giveaway that we're going to start next week. I know I've mentioned it on a couple streams the last few weeks about that it was coming. I was still working out details, but starting next Tuesday, there will be a link that will be live for our Monochrome Me giveaway. And basically what's going to happen is there'll be steps you can follow to give yourself entries into the giveaway. And each step you follow is 1 entry. Some might be more than that. And I think it'll be like a 2-week period. We'll have the final dates and stuff on there. But you want to get as many entries as possible because the more you have, the better chances you have to win. There's going to be 2 winners at the end of that period, and we'll live stream the final randomization of those 2 winners. And what those winners get are a couple things. So number 1, as you saw with our other characters here, we have our comic book artist. We discuss the characters for the game and that sort of thing, and then they draw them in our comic book style here.
Cairo and
Lecco. So basically, the 2 winners will become Wasteland characters for the game. So they'll be drawn in this style by our comic artists. And then just like we're doing here live on stream, we will voxelize them into avatars. So that's that. And then they will be put into the story, into the game. So it'll have their likeness and all that. And then we will send a poster print of the drawing like this, like a tangible. And those winners will also get the digital NFT avatar of their character that's in the game. So a lot of really big stuff. It'll be really cool. We can pick out what cool dystopian accessories they have. Maybe you want some maps on your back. Probably not, but we can figure out something.
Maybe you
cool.
want a man bun.
Maybe you want a man bun.
Maybe you want arm machetes.
Always want arm. Ooh. Oh wow! You know what? That would look so cool.
Maybe you would like a blow dart gun.
That would look so cool. That would.
Maybe
cool.
you would like a credit card shift that bends and then turns into a shank.
She says all this stuff because these are things that I've wanted and purchased.
Yeah, they've all arrived at our doorstep.
Yeah.
Some of them have been addressed to our daughter.
Arm machetes are exactly what they sound like. You have, instead of holding the handle and then the machete comes up like this, you hold it 90 degrees and then it bolts to your wrist so that they're attached. That would be such a cool weapon for a character. We're doing it. So back on track. Next week.
I'm sorry.
Till the end of October, I think is how we've done it. You have the form to fill out all the stuff to get the entries, and then additionally with that, we'll be doing during our live streams for that period of time, we'll be giving out code words during the stream that you can go then apply for more entries. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have fun. We're gonna make arm machetes, and I'm glad you brought that up. So next Tuesday, just over an hour from, or earlier from right now, is when that will take place. We'll launch it live on the stream so that it goes live and everybody can start doing that. And we'll give away our first code word on that stream. So that's that. Like cyberpunk style.
It's like a hot mess.
It could be. Like, can we Google that right now?
Arm machetes. So while we Google that, we have other things that are going on. Boop Goop and Touche with the Fungi family and Touche Studios.
Yep.
They have an event that's going on right now.
It started today? It started today, I think.
No,
Tomorrow?
maybe I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going to have contests and they're going to do lots of giveaways, but it's a social hub that's been created. Andy created it with the Boop Goop.
You got it. Boop Goop.
Darn. Anyways, definitely want to check that out. There's lots of really cool giveaways. I'm trying to think, is there anything else?
We have another contest that we're doing going on right now. That's ending this weekend. For our recent game for the Game Jam, Airnarchy.
Airnarchy, yes.
Alex started playing it on the stream last night, and then he, per normal, got stuck or broke it. But it's my fault. I didn't think to check that side. He got up to where he should have not been able to go and got stuck. So, I apologize, Alex. He got stuck right there, like right there. You can see my mouse in the bottom right. But anyway, we're doing a speedrun challenge. Basically, I know it says all the quests complete. Don't even worry about that. You just have to get to the victory screen. So Airnarchy is how it's spelled right there. It's in the gallery. You play it as fast as you can. And then once you beat the game, the victory comes up. It'll tell you the time. Take a screenshot and then tweet that at CodyZine or Lowe's and Fukum, which I can put on there, and we'll log your time. And then the 10th of October, which is this weekend, Sunday, we'll announce the winner. We had this other challenge, but it was
They already found him.
They already found him. I'm surprised. I made it really hard, or I thought I did. But anyway, those look too fun for how dangerous they are. I know, right? That's exactly the one I had too.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
That's them.
So we're gonna have to make that as a wearable.
I have to send them to Cairo and Lego.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So our machetes are now in my search history. So
I really ought to find those. I'm not sure where they are.
It's in storage, I think.
Okay.
What's the fastest so far? You know, let me look.
An hour?
No, it's faster now.
Oh.
Yeah, he did it again. Let me tell you where we're at here. Just under 23 minutes.
What?
Yep.
Hey.
So it was 17 out of 25 quests complete, 59 kills, and Jazzwolf, you'll know, but if you play the game, I mean, attack and slash, there's bad guys everywhere. You don't have to do the culling quest where you kill 225 to get the victory screen. Basically spoiler alerts, but basically you have to kill the boss on every level, and that's what advances it. What?
Sam's going.
Okay, bye Sam. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching.
All right, continue.
But yeah, 45 minutes so far is Jasmine's fastest. But yeah, just run, sprint. Don't even kill anything if you don't have to. I imagine all of these kills on this fast time are the boss ads or things that you just had to kill. So, but yeah, don't have to do all the quests. Just get to the victory screen, and that's typically how we like to build games. Is not have the quests be dependent on the quest before it, because even just from a building the game standpoint, when you have to test it, alpha test it before you publish it, oh my gosh, it takes a lot longer to try to get to something to see if it's even working. So, yeah. So, Airnarchy and Sunday, 100 sand we're giving away for that, and then our Monochrome Me huge giveaway will start Tuesday. Yeah?
Yeah.
Touche's, what is he calling it? It's a scavenger hunt?
Yeah.
Scavenger hunt starts tomorrow, I believe.
And that's on the Goop Hub? Or...
Oh, I think it's on the Fungi family Discord, but you can find out about it on the Boot Goop, I'm sure. Cosmos but yeah. So, that's that. As far as Hector is concerned, we will help get going on him behind the scenes. He's getting pretty close. He just needs the shading and values, kind of like his head is here. You know, the different colors. We'll do that down here, and he'll be done.
Yeah.
And then next week we'll do another character and start the giveaway. So, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
And
it's fun hanging out.
Yeah, always fun. We will catch you guys Tuesday.